in South Cheshire Studios, about to interview the head producer of Jet Productions on their new release, Change. We're crossing over to Joel Rafferty. Joel,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you, yeah.
Why did you conduct the audience research you did?
Well, we conducted this research for the main reason of making our film better. It's our audience that's going to be watching it, so surely we need to listen to their opinions to make it better. It's in our interests to listen to you, and so we did, and it worked out really well.
So we hear you had two sections of audience feedback. You did one after your root cut and the other after you showed your animatic. What did you establish after your animatic?
Well, after the first bout, we discovered a number of things. We found out that our story was good, and it had a great basis, but things could change. I.e., the black and white theme, maybe. Mistakes were noticed, and we were told to redo them, so we did. And we really made emphasis on the music. We realised how vital it is to make it the main thing in our film.
So you did some more research after your rough cut. What did you establish from that? Any more, any less?
After the rough cut, well, we had some contrasting views from the audience. Some thought the black and white theme was good. Some couldn't understand why we put it in. So we took this and consulted with our outside analyser, Ian Fox, and decided to keep the film black and white. Other points that we picked out were how the actors played their parts and how the music really did add emphasis. For example, we got an opinion where it said, "I'd enjoyed it all, particularly like the music in the last scene. I thought it worked well."
So we believe you conducted all this research through questionnaires. What sort of questions did you ask?
Well, I'll just give you a couple. We got the obvious question: did you enjoy the film? The reason for asking this is quite self-explanatory. We got good response and generally happy with that one. Then we got, were there any parts of the film you didn't understand? Of course, we asked this question because if you can't understand it, you're not going to get into it. You're not going to feel the emotion. So we used this and we got no complaints. Everybody could understand it. It was a nice, clear plot. We got a couple more questions in the second questionnaire, like, how do you think it should end? We got answers like, it should end there, or we should add an extra scene to maybe them go off on the bus, or they go to a cinema, they go on some dates, they get married, just quick, anything. But we decided to keep our way. And then the last question we asked were there any films you thought we should take inspiration from if we made it into a full feature film? We got the usual answers like 500 Days of Summer and romantic comedies and Romeo and Juliet and that kind of thing.
You mentioned there, Joel, that you ignored some feedback. Why was this?
Well, we ignored some feedback because we didn't think it'd be suitable for our film. Taking out the black and white, for example, adding extra actors, somebody pointed out, we didn't need to add extra actors. We thought it was good enough with those two main characters. We did take on board the removal of an OCD theme where we thought that they would do the exact same thing but just miss one another by 5 minutes in the day. We thought that would be too complicated for it wouldn't really connect to people in modern day. It wouldn't connect to you, the audience. And yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add there, Joel?
No, that's about it. Thank you very much for doing that. And thank you for asking these questions. I think I've got to go.
He's gone, Joel. I think he's gone. Okay, that's all from us here in South Cheshire Studios. Hope you see that film Change.